Hey, welcome to another Business Brews Birmingham edition. We're at Red Cat and Pepper Place, and today we're with Liz Reed, founder and CEO of ClearMIND. Liz, glad to kick this off with you.
I would say if someone asked me what does ClearMIND do, I would say the goal of ClearMIND is to give those who want it and need it an easier way to drug test and be monitored so they can have independence back in their lives and accountability, and also support their families because everyone's affected when there's a drug use dependency or addiction, if you will, and so we want to serve those families, and that's our goal.
What drove you to start ClearMIND?
I had an unexpected challenge in my family with someone I love very much, and we were in a new normal trying to understand how to go forward with a drug use disorder. And I was looking for something that our family needed, and I couldn't find it. I needed monitoring, testing, secure result sharing, education. I needed all of these things, but in one spot digitally. And so I went to my phone, just like you would, and I started looking for the app that would do that. And it wasn't there, and I was so frustrated. So I looked and looked, and I got more frustrated, and I decided to create it.
There's a lot of people out there who start a business because they want to try to make money, or they start a business because they think something seems like a great opportunity, but they lack the passion. And I think that's something that really, in my opinion, sets successful entrepreneurs apart from others, is really what I like to say is that there's power in passion, right? And so when you wholeheartedly believe in something, and in a lot of cases because it's been something that you've dealt with yourself, it's a problem that you saw and that you were experiencing that you wanted to solve, that to me is really what separates it. So I think it's really cool that that's what you're doing.
When you're doing something for someone that you love, whether it's your children or anyone in your family, it's highly motivating. It can keep you going when it gets really challenging, which happens in a startup. So I believe that you're exactly right. There's definitely power and passion. I'm going to flip the tables on you for a second. Since I'm in team building mode and I want to share a mission and have everyone rowing in the same direction, what is your advice to me on how to accomplish that? Because I think you're doing an amazing job.
I believe that what most people are looking for, it's not just a job, it's not just a paycheck. They're looking for a reason, right? They're looking for something that goes a little bit beyond them. Now, of course, there's the anomalies that go, I just want to get a paycheck and clock out at 5 and go home and hang out, right? But a lot of people want to feel like they're doing more than just a job. And so when you have a mission that you can get everybody on board with, and they're all thinking about it day in and day out, I tell our team, you're going to get tired of hearing me say this, but also you're probably going to wake up in the middle of the night like hearing me say it, because it's what's going to drive us. Is our mission for us is to positively impact the financial well-being of 1 million Americans over the next 3 years. Everything that we do is focused on that. So when I finish a day, I look back and go, did what I do help us get closer to impacting 1 million lives? Or did what I do not help us get closer? And so I just tell people, whatever position you're in, always wake up thinking about that. And so when you build that, when you kind of build that mentality and you create that mindset for your team, I think you really start to build it out. I'm going to flip-a-roo it back to you.
Yeah.
Share with us either the best startup advice you've received or the startup advice that you would most like to share with somebody.
You're only as good as the guidance and advice you're willing to take. Talk to people you respect, talk to people that are doing things well, even if it's not the same thing you're doing, because they'll teach you something. I have learned so much from the people that would take the time to sit down with me. I'm incredibly grateful. I wouldn't be here to this point without that great guidance and advice.
You can take what you've learned and then you take what other people have learned and you combine them, then it starts to multiply. And so selfishly, what I really like about this is I get to hear people share things. Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Business Brews. Thank you again to Liz Reed, and thank you to Red Cat Pepper Place. We'll see you next time.
Okay, we're at Red Cat and Pepper Place. I thought this would be a fun spot. We can sit outside. It's alive, a lot of cool people here. But I'm drinking a non-fat latte, which is my usual, and I wanted to see what the non-fat latte at Red Cat was like, so that's why we're here.
What would you rate it on a 0 to 10 scale?
I would say 8.5.
Hey now.
Yeah, pretty good.